All right, everybody, welcome back to the Fly Fishing Insider podcast. Here we go. We got a tip of the week. And this is my method of tying in flies. It is extremely fast, probably the quickest way to tie a clinch knot onto a fly. And it's not only fast, but it really facilitates those that have a difficult time seeing. And I'll say that with one caveat. Once you get the eye of the hook threaded. So it's a little difficult to describe with just audio. I'm going to do my best to do that. But if you can go to our YouTube channel, Fly Fishing Insider Podcast, you'll be able to see this in video in multiple occasions, replay it, etc. It takes, one or two times to tie it. And then once you get it, you're like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing my whole life? So long story short, I use my forceps to tie a clinch knot on my fly. Without my forceps, I struggle pretty hard to tie things in with fine tippet, especially just because my eyes are pretty bad. So what you do is you take your fly line. I'm going to use some heavy fly line here at first so you guys can see it really well. You feed it through the eye of your hook, and you get your fly on a bita line. So you have your fly on your bita line, and then you have your tag end that comes up, and you get that tag end to stick out, perpendicular or 90 degrees from your finger and thumb, so you can see it really well. That's critical to the setup. You don't want to be in this scenario. This is where the tag end's just coming up and it's back in my hand, etc. I want that tag end out at that 90-degree angle so I can see it really well and so I can grab it eventually. Then you take your forceps. Stick your forceps through the loop that you created that with the line that goes through the eye of the hook. You rotate your forceps around the world 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns, or whatever, how many turns you like on your clinch knot. I like 5. You pull your tag end through. Okay. Your tag end has to stick out this end pretty far because as you pull on your fly and your line, that's going to cinch back a little bit. So you want to keep it out there. You wet your knot. In this scenario, usually I just lick it and then you pull it tight. And you see how that tag end pulled back there. But I got a real nice tight clinch knot. Boom. So there you go. That's as quick as it is tying in like that with your forceps. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to cut this off, clean up the eye of the hook, or, and I'll just grab another fly. Here's another one. Same scenario. Take the end of my line, feed it through the eye of the hook. Boom. Loop it over, and I keep my tag out to the end. Take my forceps through the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is heavy line, so I'm going to get one less turn. I'm going to pull that through, and I can hold that line and pull both ends if I want, like this. Oh, slipped out. Or I can just grab my fly. I like to grab my fly and cinch it down. In this case, that knot's not wet, so, it's not wanting to cinch super tight. There you go. We got it down with my nail a little bit. But there you go. That's how to tie a clinch knot pretty fast. Now, I'm going to take this and clean it up, right, like I normally would. We're all ready to go there, but what I really like about this method is you can use it with all kinds of flies, even my small flies. I mean, every fly I use, I utilize this with. So let's grab some. This is 5X line. Oh, gosh, I hope you guys can see this. We'll give her a try. But here's some 5X. This is where it's really important or helpful for me in my eyes, because I can control the end of the line and I can feed it onto a small hook like this nymph. It takes some time. I got to have the lighting right. Boom, I got it. Okay. Lucky stab. But there's the ticket. Okay. I'm going to focus this in as best as I can here so you can see that. See, there's my loop. You see my tag end sticking out, etc. Now I'm going to take my forceps, stick it in that loop. 1, 2, 3, Well, my forceps came out. 1, 2, 3, 4. There was already a turn in there. Grab my tag in, pull it through. There you go. I'm tied in. Boom. That was that fast to get that in. And I even made a mistake. But really easy versus that, using my fat fingers and trying to manipulate that skinny line and being in the wind and all those other things. So I'm going to do it again. That was a nymph. I'm going to do it again on this clown caddis, see if I can get it threaded. It's got a little fuzz on the front end by the eye of the hook, so it'll be a little harder for me, but I can get the light right. My shaky hands. Oh, man, I got it. Good. Here we go. All right, cool. Got her through there. I got my tag end sticking out. I got my loop. All right. See that loop there? Tag end. Again, forceps through the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did it again. Okay, I'm going to start over. I'm going to pull this guy. This is like my old climbing days. I'm going to pull the cord, pull it back through the draws, and we're going to send this thing. So I'm going to flip ends of the line because that end's all twisted now. But let's do this full speed this time. See if even with my shaky hands I can do it. Okay, there we go. Through the eye of the hook. I got it. First time. Sweetness. I'm going to pull my fly down. I'm going to create my loop. Got my tag end sticking out in the loop. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab that tag end. Pull it through. There, I just licked it. And I'm going to pull that tight. I'm tied in. All I got to do is trim it up. And you know what? I'm not a big picky guy on the trimming, especially on dry flies like this where they got all these feathers for legs, etc. It looks like another leg. And by the way, they're not going to see all this. Probably not going to see that little tag down there. So no sweat, guys. I hope that helps you out on the water. It's helped me out over the years quite a bit. But that's my quick tie with the forceps. We'll see you next week and have a good one.